I'm Jennifer Carr. I'm a nature and landscape photographer living in Seattle, Washington, and I'm also a Clickin' Mom's mentor. I'm here today to show you what's in my camera bag. I have my Mindshift Gear Trailscape 18 liter. I am often on the go, so I need something that's going to hold a lot of gear. This backpack is super comfortable and can hold almost my entire kit here. It also has a great compartment for some extra stuff as well as a laptop, tablet, things like that. So I'm going to unload everything and show you guys what I have packed. I am getting ready to go on a photography trip, so it is pretty overloaded and definitely feeling the weight of travel. So one thing that I never leave without is definitely my water bottle. I also recently started using the Peak Design travel tripod. So I've got that here. It's wonderful because it fits in a water bottle pocket. It's super compact. You can see here, it does extend to full height, so it's perfect for me. The front pocket here, just this little guy, is for keys, phone, glasses, anything like that. I've got my keys in there right now. Usually I would probably keep my phone in there because it definitely has a little bit of soft padding inside of it. Lip balm, something I can't be without as well. Then we've got this front pocket here. This is where your laptop's gonna go, your iPad, things like that. I don't have any of that packed today, but I do have a rain cover. After moving to Seattle, I definitely realized I can never leave home without my rain cover. And I also have my super fun lens sphere. This is a tool that I got from the Clickin' Company store recently, and I've been having a lot of fun experimenting with it. I tuck my wallet into this pocket as well, and there's still plenty of space in here. I could shove a lightweight jacket, gloves, hat, anything like that that I needed to also carry with me in that pocket. Going into the main compartment here, I'm going to try to do this without everything tumbling. There's a good look at the backpack layout itself. So you can see it's got a lot of gear inside of it. It currently has 3, 4, 5, 6 lenses and a full frame mirrorless body, which is fantastic. So here I have my favorite combination. This is my Sony A7R III and also my 24-70 f2.8. This is my go-to lens for everything that I do pretty much. If I'm taking a trip and I'm limited on gear that I can bring, this is the lens that I always bring with me. It's what I'm going to choose over anything else just because of the versatility of it. It's fast enough for me at 2.8. It does have a little bit of bulk to it, so that's sometimes difficult for travel, but fortunately if I'm backpacking or something like that, I have lots of great options for storing it and toting it with me. Then I'll show you guys the big guy here. This is my Sony 100-400. This is a G-Master lens, but it is a variable aperture lens. That's okay for me because most of the time, whatever I'm shooting, I don't need a ton of speed for. This lens is super heavy, so I do have to keep the shutter speed high when I'm using it, but Sony does a great job with image stabilization, so that really helps. I do have the tripod foot off of it right now, mostly just because I was cutting down on weight since I had so much gear with me. Occasionally, if I know that I'm going to a nature preserve where I'm going to see wildlife, I will leave that foot on there so that I can mount it onto my tripod if I need to. Alright, next we have the Sony G-Master 16-35 f2.8. This is a fantastic lens for landscape photographers, astrophotographers, street photographers. I even know a lot of people who do environmental portraiture with it. It's great, it's smaller, it's lightweight, it's fast, and it's good enough to get the Milky Way, so that's all I need. I also have packed today my 35 1.4. This lens is kind of a beast, but it's an amazing lens. I absolutely love the bokeh and just the way that it renders when it's wide open. There is a 1.8 version of this lens out now, which from what I understand is amazing as well. So should this ever need to be replaced, that might be something that I would consider, but this is a fantastic option also. Everything else that I have in my bag is kind of my toys. So I have the Lens Baby Edge. I have it with the Edge 80 millimeters on it now. I do also have the 50. I really like both of them. I kind of play with both of them from time to time, depending upon where I'm going. If I need to get some extra reach, I'm probably going to go with the 80. If I have room, I may bring both, but today I just have the 80 packed. And then I have the Lens Baby Velvet. This is the 56. This is my macro lens. I am not a true macro photographer. I tend to do tiny landscapes and close-ups and things like that. So this is really fun for shooting anything like that. It does beautiful here in the rainforest where everything's wet and green. So that's fun to play with. And then lastly, my last lens, this is the Helios. I'm sure many of you have them or have heard about them. They're super fun. The adapter for the Sony is very large, so that is the downside of this lens. It's as large as the lens itself, but this is one that's really fun, particularly if it's a pretty sunny time and you can do some fun things with sun flare. So that is in there as well. And I've got these front pockets here that I'm going to go through. I've got my lens cleaner tucked in here, so that's always with me if I need it, but I also carry lens wipes with me. A lot of the times, depending upon what I'm shooting, if I'm at a waterfall, I might also have a little microfiber towel, but these lens wipes come in handy. I also recently started wearing glasses, so sometimes I need those for those. I don't wear my glasses while I shoot, and I don't wear sunglasses while I shoot. I get that question a lot. I always take my sunglasses off if I'm shooting. I've got some backup batteries in here. I usually have 2, maybe 3 with me, just depending upon how long my trip is. I have a key for my tripod, but the wonderful thing about the Peak design is it's got this little attachment point here that actually has a tripod key stored inside of it, so that's helpful. So this is probably something that was left over and doesn't need to be in my bag anymore. And I've got a backup memory card. My camera has 2 memory card slots. Because it is a 42 megapixel camera, I do use 128 size memory cards. My backup is a 64. This is just in case something fails and I need to swap it out. I always have a backup with me. Down here in the bottom part, I have a remote control. This is a Velo Shutter Boss. This version is wired. I also have an unwired version, but to be honest with you, it drops connection a lot, and so I want to be sure that I have something reliable. It also has less pieces, so it's easier to take. If I'm not shooting on bulb mode, however, I will often use the self-timer on the camera or use the app on my phone to control my camera, just because it's easier than having to carry a remote. But if I'm going out to shoot long exposures, I definitely have that remote with me. And then the last thing that I have in this little box here, these are my filters. I tend to only carry these 2 filters with me. I have the Breakthrough Photography magnetic filter system. I have the original. They are working on redoing the magnetic system. It has not been re-released yet, so I can't tell you much about that yet, but these are fantastic. I've also used their screw-on filters, and those are wonderful as well. This is the 10-stop neutral density filter. This helps me when I'm shooting long exposures, particularly under brighter sunlight. It takes a lot of that additional light out. And then I also have a circular polarizer that works with my kit. I'll show you how the magnetic works. It just pops right in. And then this screws onto the front of your lens, just like a normal filter would. But it's nice because you can take it in and out as you need to, rather than having to unscrew while you're in the field. And then I have a little cleaner that came with it to take care of my filters. So that is my bag. That is what I take with me on a lot of trips. Sometimes I take less. Sometimes I take more. I also have a Sony a6500 and a few lenses to go with that. I mostly use that for underwater photography in my camera underwater housing, and I also have a pocket camera, which is what I'm recording this video with. I absolutely love it. It's the Sony shoot, I can't think of the name of it, RX100, sorry about that. Almost made it to the end without a mess up. So the Sony RX100, I have version 6. There's a couple new versions out, but 6 does a great job for me. So this is what is in my bag. Thanks for watching. Bye.